All right, y'all, it's Bryan from HR here. Welcome back to the 50 States of HR tour. Today we are heading straight into the land of enchantment, beautiful New Mexico, where the views are gorgeous and the HR laws will absolutely keep you on your toes. Let's get to it. First up, New Mexico is at will. You can be fired, you can quit, nobody has to give a reason, but remember, discrimination and retaliation are still very much illegal. Plot twist for New Mexico. It is not a right-to-work state. Union security agreements, totally allowed, unless a local ordinance says otherwise. So HR folks, do not assume the federal default here because that's not the case. Now let's talk money because that's why most of us show up to work anyway, right? State minimum wage is $12 an hour, and big cities crank it up even more. Albuquerque is $12.50. Santa Fe County jumped it up to $15. As for final paychecks, if you're fired, your employer has 5 days, rather, to give you your final check. If you quit, it's the next regular payday. As for breaks and rest periods, New Mexico said, nope, you all figure that out with your employer. There are no required meal or rest breaks, but if the employer does give you 20 minutes or under, that has to be paid. Now, buckle up, because New Mexico is doing something very similar to California, which is one of the strictest employment laws states in the country. Under the Healthy Workplaces Act, every employee in the state of New Mexico earns 1 hour of paid sick time for every 30 hours that they work, up to 64 hours a year. Illnesses, family care, domestic violence, public health emergencies, it all applies. Speaking of domestic violence, New Mexico also has a protected leave of 14 days of unpaid leave specifically for survivors. Mad respect there. Now let's talk medical cannabis, because this is where employers get messy. New Mexico says you cannot punish someone just for being a medical cannabis patient. Impairment at work? Absolutely not. But off the clock? Legally prescribed? 100% protected. So if you're still running zero tolerance policies from 1998, it's time to update those policies. Anti-discrimination laws follow the federal, but are also super inclusive as it relates to gender identity, sexual orientation, not the state to play fast and loose with protected classes. That's what I got. That's your New Mexico crash course. Gorgeous mountains, amazing food, strong employee protections, and cannabis rules that will absolutely humble an unprepared HR department. What's next? Drop the next state you want to hear. We're keeping the tour rolling. I will see you all on the next one. Have a good night. Bye.